Hi, my name is Mark Shumsker and welcome to TruePokerDealer.com. In this video, I will be showing you how to shuffle the cards like a professional casino dealer. In order to do that, I'll take you through the shuffle so you can see what it looks like. Then after that, we'll go step by step and slow it down so you could learn the steps yourself. And then there's a follow-up video called Train With Me where you really get the repetition. As I do it, you do it with me. So here's the shuffle. Wash the cards. Collect the cards, pick them up, square the deck, and then it's riffle, riffle, box, riffle. That's the professional casino poker shuffle. Just like this, riffle, riffle, box, riffle. Then you clear your hands real quick, you cut the deck, clear your hands again real quick, put it in your hand, and now you're good to pitch the cards out. So now we've got a nice tight shot so you can really see in detail how to do this whole shuffle process. I'm going to show you step one. Step one, we wash the cards. Now every card face should touch the felt at least once in a wash. That right there, 7 seconds or so, is about the duration that you want for a wash. A mini wash would be 2 to 3 seconds. The next thing you do, like I did, was you just scoop all the cards together so that you can pick them up. You want to scoop them together so that they're kind of tight like that, either by pushing your hands outside or you just kind of close your fingers on them just like this and pull them in there. Once you get them in close enough, you take one card off the top, put it on the bottom. Now you can hold all of the cards. This works if you have more than one deck as well. Next thing you do is turn it away from you. That's poker, away, so that the dealer cannot see the cards and cannot manipulate the deck. The next thing that you do is protect it a little bit so it doesn't go flying and just drop the cards. You drop the cards to get yourself a flat edge to work with. Once you've got that flat edge, you find some cards on the left, maybe push some out of the way if you have to. You find some cards that are horizontal and you give yourself a little inlet with one hand. And this hand is going to push the deck this way, while this hand, using the thumb mostly, spins the deck and gets it all squared into place. A couple of times of practicing that and you should be able to get it. If it takes longer, don't worry about it. Now we get to the riffle. I'm going to teach the riffle, then I'm going to teach the box, then we'll go and do everything up until that point. The riffle is the difficult part of the shuffle. It's the part that makes your fingers feel the least comfortable. In order to do it, you're going to mirror each hand right now. This hand is going to come with your middle finger and your ring finger toward the top edge of the deck, and your thumb is opposite it. Just like this. You want it up against the side of the deck. The other hand mirrors it. The forefinger can kind of float for now. The pinkies can go toward the outsides of the deck. The next thing that you do from this position, you split the deck in half. Just like that. Doesn't matter which part comes on top. You want it to be about even though. The next thing you do, four fingers to the center. If you need to readjust these fingers, feel free to do so. You can slide them up a little bit. Don't go too far though, because you're going to need that space in a little bit. Now you've got yourself a grip where it's strong enough that you could actually lift your thumbs. You need that strong of a grip, so get comfortable with it. The next thing that you do is you get the deck halves into position by pushing these together. You can basically just push your four fingers together so that they're touching. Angle the deck a little bit like this as well. You don't want it to be parallel to itself. Angle it like this. You'll see why in a second. Now, keep your hands here while you're learning this. I'm going to separate them so that I can show you what to do with your thumbs. Separate them. I'm separating them like this so that I can show you that the thumbs are going to slide up toward the corners and get underneath the cards. This is why you need that strong grip. Alright, thumbs slide just like this. Alright, so now you've got your hands together and you slide your thumbs right to the corners. Your thumbs are basically touching at this point. You can see mine touching just right there. Now it's for the uncomfortable part. Now you're going to flatten all of your fingers and leave your thumbs underneath. My fingers are all flat on the top of the cards, my pinkies are flat on the sides of the cards, and my thumbs are in a shuffled position. Now what you do is you let the cards fall to riffle. The cards fall to riffle. Now you leave the deck pressed down so that you don't lose it. You can use your four fingers to keep that pressure there. And then once you get a comfortable grip, you're keeping the riffle position with your thumbs and your middle finger and your ring finger and your pink in the outside. The pinkies now push the deck halves together. The less pressure that you put on the deck as you do this, the easier it's going to be for those pinkies to slide it together. If you're pushing down hard with these fingers or these fingers, it's going to be tougher to push it together. One note, when you're doing the riffle, that's too loud. That's going to damage the cards. It's just unnecessary. Just like that, nice and quiet. Just let the cards fall onto themselves. And that's the riffle. Now, the next thing that I'm going to show is the box. Now in the box, the idea is to have these cards from the top go to the felt, these cards go on top of them, these cards go on top of them, these cards go on top of them. That's not how you do it, that's just what happens with the cards. There's two ways to do it. One way, you use your riffle grip, and then you're going to use your thumb and your middle finger with the other hand with your wrist flat on the table, and you take them off the top and you put them on the felt, just like this. Be careful not to lift this up. You don't want to show anyone what this card is because that defeats the purpose of the shuffle. Keep that parallel at all times. Alright, once more. Down, 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 down. The other way to do it, same grip with this hand. This hand is actually going to place it onto the table. Place it onto the table. Place it onto the table. And then on top. That's the box. Now let's get it up to that point. We do the wash. We collect the cards. We square the deck. And it's riffle, riffle, box, riffle. Next, we cut the deck. At this point, once you've got all this together, you clear your hands. You want your cut card right in front of your deck. Use the dull side, not the shiny side. Shiny side might reflect a card. The next thing that you do is you take either 1/3 off the top or you leave 1/3 on the bottom. That's to prevent someone from being able to follow a card through the whole shuffle. And you put it on top of the cut card. Then you go back and you put the remaining part of the deck on top of where you had it. Then you clear your hands again. The next thing you're going to do is put it into your hand. But before we do that, just one quick thing to say. Please, after you riffle the cards for the last time and before you cut the cards, that's the time to do anything that you need to do, such as collect the antes in a tournament, do the buy-ins in a cash game. Once you cut the deck, you want to finish cutting the deck and pitch the cards out whenever possible. There are a few exceptions to that, but it's an important concept in poker. So, we are cutting our deck. We're clearing our hands. Now we take that deck and we put it into our deck hand. And our grip is this. If you need to square this away so you can see that it's kind of coming out, and if I don't square it away, you might be able to see what the card is right there. Alright? To square it away, you either take your thumb and your forefinger and you just kind of brush them together, or if it's bad and you want to do it this way, you can take the front knuckle of one of your fingers and push them together. You never want to prevent somebody from being able to see that top of the deck, either by going like this, like this, like this. We always recommend something that keeps that exposed at all times. It makes the players feel more comfortable so that the dealer can't do anything they shouldn't do. Your grip has your forefinger protecting the front of the deck so that the card can't come up and expose itself. These three fingers are protecting the side of the deck so that the same thing can't happen, and your thumb is in a flexible position over here. So now you've seen how the shuffle works, you've seen all the steps. Don't forget to watch the Train With Me video where we teach you the repetition by doing it with you. Thank you very much for watching this video. My name is Mark Shumsker, and this is TruePokerDealer.com.